So if you watched my video earlier, guys, you saw that I picked up quite a few Scream Factories in the sale so far. I'd missed a lot, and I wanted to go back and get the ones that I'd missed out on that hadn't gotten around here, that I just really, really wanted to get. But before that, I want to take a second to step back and kind of talk about Scream Factory and how they've become one of my favorite, if not my favorite, right, with Arrow, right, genre companies that's going. Probably just above Arrow, to be honest with you. I love Arrow stuff, but Scream Factory, there's just something about the way that they do stuff that I really appreciate. Uh, they Back in the day, we all went for Anchor Bay. Hey, that rhymes. Uh, my good friend TJ Pyramid, check him out if you haven't. Great guy. He did a video showing his entire old Anchor Bay collection. And I was actually, I saw the thing for the video. And I was very excited to see it because I'm a real big fan of of genres titles, of Anchor Bay, of Scream Factory, of Arrow, of Trauma, stuff like that. So when I was at work today and I saw that he'd uploaded this video earlier and hadn't seen it, I was excited to actually get home and watch the video. So I got home. I actually made nachos to watch the video. So, which is that is actually high praise for me. If I'm going to sit down and watch your video with some nachos, yeah, you have done something really, really good. And there's a few of you guys that I'm going to do a shout out for, like guys like Movie Cave Dave and Falgar, and just so many people so many great people out there doing stuff. Uh, but this is not a shout out. This was just it's a random thing. But Scream Factory, they helped. Arrow I couldn't get around here originally, and even though I couldn't get all of them because I didn't have the region free player. I had the CK region free player, and luckily I found one at Walmart for really cheap during a sale. It was like $40, 30, $40, something like that. And actually ended up picking up a second one, which doesn't work as well. It's got to do with the TV. It isn't compatible with the TV or something like that. Anyway, it's really weird. But my first original region free Blu-ray player works really, really well, and I was able to get Arrow, and then Scream Factory came out. I mean, I remember seeing the ads for them and hearing about them. I think I first heard about Cliff McMillan, who it's kind of like I guess he's the negotiator, the kind of the purchaser, the guy that acquires the Scream Factory titles. And I'd seen interviews a bit with him, and I think he'd worked before on another company that I used to collect. So I was very interested in seeing where he was going to go with some of the stuff. I think he worked on BCI, the guys that did the Paul Naschy box set, which unfortunately didn't do that well, and that's probably one of the reasons that Scream Factory has not picked up any Paul Naschy films yet, even though they really seem like right before set. I would gladly put a Blu-ray Paul Naschy collection right up next to my Vincent Price Volume 1 there, or my Amityville Horror. So when they came out, I was looking for them. I mean, I was looking everywhere. And at first, I could find, because it was Halloween 2 and 3, the first two that came out, I could find them. And that was great. Yeah, I got them. They were amazing. We sat down, me and my better half, and she doesn't watch horror, but we watched the special features together. There's the documentaries on it. There's these Horrors Hallowed Grounds, which I think I'd seen on was it a Halloween documentary or something like that before. And they were going to make this kind of running thing with it. So that was really cool. And I'd found, what was it, Terror Train at a Walmart, and then I found Funhouse, and it went from there. They started to just announce movies, and as they announced more and more films, they were the movies that I grew up with, the stuff that I watched, the stuff that I listened to, that I liked, that I enjoyed. And I couldn't believe that a company was just this in tune with my collecting and my thoughts. I mean, Anchor Bay was pretty good with that back in the day. I mean, they put out a lot of stuff. I remember standing in line to get the black box VHS, the double VHS of a limited edition of Halloween. It had like two orange VHS cases, movies inside of it. Was really, really good. And that was an exciting time. But it started as it went on. The way it does with all companies, they kind of like try to diversify and go out and do different things, and then the features start to fall off and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you lose your way with it. And when your favorite companies kind of go to the side, and if you're not keeping up, you end up like, maybe I won't collect for a while. And it happened to me for a bit. I was like just getting some mainstream stuff. Then I was disillusioned with a lot of the horror and stuff that was out there. So I kind of started just getting a lot of TV stuff, and I got into my animation, and I wanted to get stuff that I really liked. And Scream Factory came along, and around that time I got my Siki, and then I was able to get Arrow, and it really reinvigorated my love for collecting. And this month has been a Scream Factory month. I'm actually probably not going to be getting Criterions next month because I have blown the bank on Scream Factory stuff, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I have a nice few good Criterions, and I had some that I haven't watched yet, but I really do watch my Scream Factories all the time. So let's get into looking at them now. I won't bore you anymore with this. I did want to do a bigger vlog on this, but maybe do it later on. And I know I was going to do the comic book one, but I got like the messages last night. The company that I work for, I was taking over their Facebook page for them as part of my whole social media thing that I do. And the administration part for putting me on as administrator and taking over the page came through last night, just as I was making my last video. So when I see Distracted there, and I'm looking down, I'm looking at the information that I'm getting there. So that all got finalized today, and I worked on a few different cases, which has been interesting. It's been fun. But let's look at the Scream Factory, because that's why you're here. You're not here to listen to my job. So first up is Pumpkinhead. So this is the outer case. I flipped over the covers where it's really made the difference, so you guys would know. One of them I kept over on. That's not. So special feature wise, this has some great stuff. We have a new tribute to Stan Winston featuring actors Lance Henriksen, Brian Bremer, special effects artist Alec Gillis, Tom Woodruff Jr., Shannon Shea, and more. New interviews with producer Richard Weinman and actor John DeQuino. Audio commentary by co-screenwriters Gary Garani and creature and effects creators Tom Woodruff Jr. and Alex Gillis. 6 featurettes: Evolution of Demon, The Cursed and the Damned, The Tortured Soul of Ed Harley, Constructing Vengeance, Razorback Holler, Constructing Vengeance, Razorback Holler, Demonic Tides. Oh, did he work on all these? I really liked Razorback, actually. Behind the scenes footage and theatrical trailer. The movie itself runs up about 86 minutes long, which I consider to be one of the sweet spots of horror. And anyway, let's look at it. It's a collector's edition. So I'm going to slip it out of the case and show you this very unusual but unique kind of I've never seen this cover before anywhere. It's not the cover that I'd seen, and it's a strange one to use actually, but just look at that. Isn't that kind of unique? Just on the back. You open it up and you get even another like artwork for the Blu-ray. I always love it when you do like a third artwork. Now the other artwork, of course, is this cover right here. But so that I have them both, I kind of like always usually go and switch them over so you can see both of them. Though I really love the new artwork that was commissioned for Pumpkinhead. It's pretty incredible. So if we ever lost the case, I would definitely flip back to the newly commissioned art. It's the better one in my opinion. To each their own, but I think it really kicks ass. Scream Factory has been getting better and better with their art. Like, I mean, they had some great stuff originally, but every once in a while, this one here I really like too, and I think this is Milner. Yeah, it is. Nathan Thomas Milner did the art for Motel Hell, which I really, really like. If I'd only had the poster. Special features is a new audio commentary with director Kevin Connor, moderated by Dave Parker. New interviews with Kevin Connor, producer writer Robert Jaffe, Stephen Charles Jaffe, actor Mark Silver. Interviews with actor Paul Link and Roseanne Catton, and Ought to Be Thy Name, a look back at a Motel Hell's frightful female protagonist Ida Smith, and theatrical trailer. Again, it runs about 101 minutes, so more of a comedy horror. Fun stuff. I could like the original cover on this one too. It's kind of cool. I'm glad to have them both up. So it takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters. You just might die laughing. I can't tell you what it is about this movie that I really like. It's just really weird and quirky. I always found it kind of fun. This was a very different film. And it's one I'm glad I own. I mean, they did a lot of the MGM stuff, and I really like it. Next up was an upgrade for me. I mentioned it before, and it's Bad Dreams Visiting Hours. Now, Bad Dreams had stuff on it already, but the Visiting Hours had like 0. And I wanted to get this kind of upgraded into a Blu-ray anyway, so let's look at the inside here. It's not a alternate art, but it's like just some kind of like lobby card stuff there. What to do? I'm actually a big fan of the movie Bad Dreams, and the guy that wrote it like did a lot of different films that I really wanted to. And the interview was like a long one, talking about all the different films he did. So I really, really wanted to have that. After all, my background is in film writing, and it's interesting to hear other people talk. Special features on this one are there's a commentary with the writer-director Andrew Fleming, interviews with actors Jennifer Rubin, Bruce Abbott, and Dean Cameron, special effects of Bad Dreams, behind the scenes of Bad Dreams, the original ending for Bad Dreams, and theatrical trailer. Now, Visiting Hours has this the long interview that I told you about with Brian Taggart and radio and TV spots. And that may not seem like a lot, but it actually is. Bad Dreams runs about 80 minutes, I think, and 80 minutes, and Visiting Hours runs 103. Two really great films, and this is a Michael Ironside. You know, we had one of his creepy bests. And of course, Jennifer Rubins, who had been in the movies, well, many movies, but most people know her from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, where she was like the drug addict at a girl who Freddy wants to get high with. I'm going to leave this one for last because I just love the cover. Next up is The Horror Show, called in some places as House 3. This is kind of just a fun, quirky little film. There's another film kind of like this by Wes Craven called Shocker, but Shocker was not half the film that this is, and I just really like this. James Isaac directed this. It was written by somebody that you guys will all know very well, Alan Smithee. Yes, Alan Smithee gets a writing credit on this one here. So somebody was fairly ashamed, but I actually like this one. There's interviews with Rita Taggart and Kane Hodder, theatrical trailer on here. This is produced by Seamus Cunningham, who have Friday 13th fame, Lance Henriksen, Brian James, Rita Taggart, Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Aaron Eisenberg, Tom Bray, Matt Clark. Great cast, man. This movie has a great cast. And does it have an alternate art? Nope. But it does have a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And just a picture of the late Brian James here on the, which is kind of interesting. I was a big fan of this movie. It was one of those ones that I kind of like just stumbled upon in the back in the VHS days. And I kind of like brought it home to try one night to watch, and during my college days, and I ended up like really digging it. I think I rented it like 2 other times within the same like month. So I'm looking forward to rediscovering it, see if I still like it as much as I once did. Here's one I really wanted. My good friend Logan Toxic also picked this one up, and that is Final Exam. It's a very different feel to it as a slasher film. It's kind of unapologetic. It's a very different opening. The killer is what he is, and if I remember right, it's been a long time since I've watched this one, but I don't think there's any like given explanation for the killer's motives. Like no real big explanation given for it. I could be totally wrong, but if it's what I'm thinking of, that's the way it was done. It was just very unapologetically slasher, and just had a very unique feel to it. Back in the day when it came out, a lot of people just didn't like this film, basically because they didn't quite know how to categorize it. Some movies do tend to do that and tend to get like rediscovered and refilmed years later. I remember when Massacre at Central High came out, some people really didn't get that one or get into it. And movies like Dangerously Close as well, but they did find their audience. And I'd love to see both of those films back. I heard The Massacre's coming out, so that's something I've got to get. Such a fantastic film. And this one here has a new high definition transfer from the original camera negative. Always good to hear. Audio commentary with cast members Joel Rice, Cecile Belgadi, and Sherry Willis Birch. Interviews with those cast members again, and theatrical trailer. So it runs 94 minutes, so not too long, and it has the weirdest. The odds of art or a picture or something. Nothing. I mean, it's got like blood splatter. Yeah, I know. Unapologetically different. Maybe that's what they're. I don't know if that's what they're going for, but maybe even the that was supposed to be unapologetically different, because it is very different from the other Scream Factories. Next up is Nosferatu the Vampire, a Werner Herzog film, and I love Herzog stuff. So and Kinski, if you watched any of my videos, you know how much I like Kinski. He's just a strange, weird actor that really breathes life into his roles, and into some roles that would probably be pretty pedestrian by others, but definitely not this one. But he somehow manages to bring an extra other layers and depth to the movies that he does. Was a very hard to get along with man, very stubborn and unique and temperamental and artistic and all sorts of like craziness. But still one of my acting idols. This one actually has the English language version and the German language version with English subtitles. There's an audio commentary with Werner Herzog and a vintage making of Nosferatu and theatrical trailer. So I am seriously looking forward to this one. And I love the inside cover, by the way. The other choice here is this white cover. It's pretty much the same art, but different cover. Just different color. Next up is the last one, last but not least, but I have to go check my kettle, so I'm going to leave you guys. Stay here and just look behind me and see actually how many Scream Factors I do have there. I am addicted. I actually forgot to turn it on, so guess it didn't do, or I would have heard in 17 minutes. So it came. I got without warning, and great film. And I thought the cover was amazing. I showed you the cover in there. Then I turned it over. This may be one of my favorite movie covers of all time. I love this. I seriously love this cover. It came without warning. No hunting. We got a screaming, big-breasted girl running from these alien creature things with the no hunting sign. Is that not one of the greatest covers? Earth is the hunting ground. Man's the endangered species. The effects are nowhere near that good, but the creatures do kind of look. Our creatures do kind of look like that. Just one more time. Look at this cover. Do you not want this movie now if you don't have it? Is that not one of the great covers of all time? It truly is one of the great covers of all time. Audio commentary with producer-director Graydon Clark. New interviews with cinematographer Dean Cundy. Dean Cundy worked on this, good. Co-writer, co-producer Daniel Grodnick. Special makeup effects creator Greg Canham. And actor Chris Nelson. So introduce all those guys, theatrical trailer. People wanted this movie to come out for years. This was one of those lost kind of ones that had been on VHS but never made it to DVD. And at least not here in North America. I'm not sure if it did anywhere else. You guys can let me know if Joe's House of Horrors or Movie Cave David did Without Warning ever make it over your way in DVD. So this is the Blu-ray DVD. It's a Blu-ray DVD combo, and this here, the art you see there is art that you originally saw on this, which actually is fantastic itself. It's got like a really cool art there, but this is amazing. I love this art. I would have see this Scream. If you want to get me to like buy like from your site and get the special edition with the poster and stuff like that, do this poster. That I would have got. I mean, If I had a see if this had come out and I'd seen this art as a poster and this had been a collector's edition, but with a little slip on it, yeah, I would definitely have been down with this one as a collector's edition. It's got some decent features on it as it is, more than some of the collector's editions that are out there. It's a cult classic that people have been looking for like a long time. It's got Jack Palance, Martin Landau, Cameron Mitchell, Neville Brand. I mean, Ralph Meeker. That's a Larry Storch. Wasn't Larry Storch in? What was he in? Was it Ghostbusters? Was it that other Ghostbusters series? No, the one with the monkey. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong with that one, guys. Just the name sounds familiar. But look at this freaking cover. That is awesome. The movie runs at 89 minutes long. It's a kind of a sci-fi movie, very tongue-in-cheek. Don't take itself too seriously. I think David Caruso's in this one as well, isn't it? Yeah, see, this is a pretty damn good cast, and what a cover. So these are the ones that I picked up so far. I got some more coming. Got 2 more coming from Scream Factory, from their site. Plus, I have I ordered on Amazon the limited edition of Nightbreed, and some people are worried that it mightn't come because they sent out so many of the limited editions, accidentally to people that order the regular editions. Well, here's the thing. I'm guessing that if Amazon ordered like so many or got so many limited editions in, what they probably did, and what I think most companies do, is that they get this allotted amount and they get it beforehand, and once the street day comes, they send it out, and Amazon has what Amazon has. However, ordering from Scream Factory has what they haven't already given out to like places like Amazon and Diabolic DVD and places like that. So does this affect the editions that people that ordered from Scream Factory? Maybe. That's concerning. But hopefully that they'll be able to do something, or actually, even if they have to run the print another 500 or something like that. And I'm okay with that, because you know what? The fact that it's a limited edition is great and all. If it's another 500 or 1,000 that they run off it, that they have to because something was made, like error was made in judgment, as long as everybody that wants the limited edition gets it, that's great. Some people didn't order the limited edition after it went up to 10,000, and I never really understood that, but I'm guessing a lot of those people that canceled the orders were probably scalpers, and I'm not big on that, so tough for them. It's like people that order Twilight Time. Like hate the Twilight Time. It's not really Twilight Time's fault. They probably get what they can get, and more than likely there's a reason that they don't go like, okay, we're going to put out 2,000 because we're dicks. They're probably putting it like 2,000 stuff because that's what they get the rights to do. That's what they have the money to do. They're not a big company, but they've managed to get a kind of collector's niche by doing this, and that's great. Unfortunately, people take advantage of it, and they go and you order like 4 or 5 copies or 6 copies, and then you see them even before the movie's like coming out. The people are putting like $100-$150 on eBay. So screw you guys to do that. That's horrible. I'm all for like I went to business school. I'm all for like getting ahead and stuff like that. But no, don't be a dick about it. Anyway, that's my rant. I always gotta have one of those lately, don't I? This is my Scream Factory haul today, and I am so excited. This may not be a big haul for some people, but it's a huge haul for me. It's 7 films that I really enjoy. There's not one of these here that I don't like. That wasn't on my list of like movies like that I wanted to get for one reason or another. I'm a huge slasher fan. I had to have Final Exam. Pumpkinhead is a favorite film of mine for a long, long time, and I really respect Stan Winston. Motel Hell is just one of those cool, quirky films that I grew up with, and I've got the MGM of it. A lot of the stuff, you start when you're getting the old MGMs with the covers, and you like wished in the day that it had features. I think I'm Motel Hell with Deranged, right? And I'm still waiting for a Scream Factory, but Deranged. They announced Robot Jocks today. I'm actually pretty excited about that. Uh, Robot Jocks is kind of like it's a Charles Band one, Full Moon thing, done with I think Stuart Gordon directed it. Back in the day, I lived in this like a college town, the place where I went to school, and there was this like video store there, and there's like a husband and wife that owned it. They're no longer together actually, uh, but they were like they'd always like get me in the screeners, and he'd say, watch this, tell us, ask us, and ask me, which one should we order? So Robot Jocks was one of those that they asked me about. Like, they gave me the screener. I was like, yeah, order this one. It's gonna rent. And in the college town that I lived in, Full Moon was the bomb. Everybody rented Full Moon, and Robot Jocks was like actually when it came out, it was a really big renter. So if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, it's very cheesy, kind of sci-fi-ish. I'm not sure. Is it no George Takei's in Oblivion, but it has kind of a. There are some people in the cast. I'm not sure it's Crampton, something like that, but some that I remember anyway. It's a very cheesy movie, but it's kind of fun, and it's like it doesn't take itself too seriously. It was Transformers-y before there was Transformers. Well, don't get me wrong. This doesn't have that type of effects. You can see I just got photobombed by a cat who's sitting on my work bag. No, you don't. And again, it's my fault. I should have had done that. But, so, we're going to let the cat relax. I'm going to let you guys go after only 27 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I forgot to turn on the Kindle again. So, for me right now, voice is going. It's time for tea, and I'm going to look at some of the features on a couple of the Scream Factories that I want to watch. I don't know which one to watch first. I mean, I'm really excited. And I was looking at the movies. There's 3 that interest me in the next one. And please, really do comment down below on this here. There's 3 that I don't have in the new ones that came out. There's Assault on Precinct 13, Deadly Eyes, and The Legend of Hell House. And if you were to get like 2 of those, if you only get 2, for instance, what's your recommendations? Because I'm looking at like getting 2 of those. Oh, update. I'm still going to be doing the 600 subscriber giveaway contest, so that's going to be coming up. I'm waiting to get paid, so my last check I got some gifts out to friends of mine, and thankfully good old Tej got his other 2. They came like, you got, TJ, if you saw the video, you got like one, like Night of the Demons came like in this, slip and everything, really cool. And it was really shoddily packaged. I was really surprised because it's a Scream Factory. So I said, what happened along the way? Anyway, a couple days later, we're on here. We're doing like this live stream, kind of like just a private thing, with me and Tej and a couple of our friends. So Joe's like shows me that he's got the other 2, and yeah, it was cool. I'm glad he got them. So he hasn't shown you in his video yet, so I'm going to tell you. He's got Night of the Demons, he's got Witchboard, and he's got Q. That's 3 additions to his Scream Factory. There, I beat you to it because you haven't done it yet, or you haven't uploaded it. Do so though. I would like to see that. What your thoughts on those movies are once you watch them. To Joe and to Tina, I didn't know which ones that I was going to get you guys. I know that I wanted to get you both something for your birthday, and I wanted to get you Scream Factory because I know they're harder to get around there. And I wanted to get something kind of old school that I thought Tina might like. And I went back and forth on some different stuff. At the end of the day, Larry Cohen's a fantastic writer, and I saw that you guys had the stuff in your collection, and probably more of his work as well. But Q is one of those movies that stood out and had an old school type of feel to it, and it was one of those that I kind of thought, Tina would appreciate this. Michael Moriarty's in it, and he does one of his best, if not his best, roles that I've ever seen him do, and he's a fantastic actor. But Q was just like an amazing Michael Moriarty role inside this like monster film. Larry Cohen's such a great writer, and I wanted to get you both something kind of cool and cheesy. I knew that TJ would definitely love. Night of Demons, that was going to be something that was right up his alley. And Witchboard, I knew you'd both be on board with. So hopefully I got it right. I tried to, tried to. It was my first thoughts when I went for you guys. Originally, I was going to get Death Valley for Tina, but that looks like it might be like a Christmas present because she seems to be interested in it. And I felt bad that I didn't get it afterwards, because but I did manage to grab the those three, and hopefully that she finds some goodness in some of that stuff there, because Death Valley's definitely be getting her down the road. It's a good one, and it's a fun one. But I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun with these. I wanted to get you guys three that were solid, some decent features. Let me know what you think about the movies, the features and stuff like that. So like it went all personal, and then I have 30 minutes because you know this is gonna happen when I'm talking. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go make my tea now. I promise. I'm not gonna bug you guys no more. Enjoy it. And my heyday. There. It ain't over till the cow moves and the cow's mood. It's time for tea.